Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear friends, 42 years ago, our people triumphed in a great popular revolution. Unlike similar uprisings in world history, our Islamic revolution succeeded without reliance on any external power or the leadership of any armed group. Iranian people's 100-year-long quest to determine their own destiny and establish accountable rule came to fruition in spite of all odds, including outside plotting and through a sole reliance on people power. We have come a long way since, and we do not relent in striving towards achieving our ideals. Among our key achievements is the harnessing of the talents and capabilities of our own people. This has allowed us to develop the most extensive local industrial base and homegrown scientific and technological prowess. We have achieved this and much more in the face of the longest and most extensive campaign of economic terrorism in recent history. Not even the COVID-19 pandemic compelled the previous US regime to cease its lawless assault on ordinary Iranians. Donald Trump betted on the myth that Iran is a nation that can be forced to choose between collapse and submission. We have all seen the outcome of that bet. But Trump was not the first nor the second, but in fact the 7th consecutive US president who has made and lost the exact same wager. With the new administration in Washington, there is an opportunity to try a new approach, but the current window is fleeting. Soon, my government will be compelled to take further remedial action in response to the American and European dismal failure to live up to their commitment under the nuclear deal. This remedial action, as directed by our Parliament and in accordance with our rights within the JCPOA, entails an enhancement of our nuclear program and a reduction in our cooperation with IAEA inspectors. It can be averted only if the United States decides to learn from Trump's maximum failure rather than lean on it. Iran has time and again proven its readiness for engagement and cooperation towards shared goals and objectives with our neighbors. Our consistent aim in all our endeavors has been to build a more stable, peaceful, and prosperous region, and we have proposed initiatives in this regard. I hope that our neighbors will have learned that they cannot bank on outsiders to provide them with security. We need to rely on each other, as geography promises that we will remain neighbors forever. We Iranians do what we say, and most importantly, we always keep our word. On the anniversary of our revolution, I reiterate Iran's invitation to make use of the current window of opportunity to embrace dialogue and do away with the futile hostility towards the Iranian people. Thank you.
In the name of God. Hello everybody. It is an honor to be with you to celebrate the 42nd anniversary of victory of the Islamic Revolution of Iran. 42 years ago, in such days, the uprising of Iranian people came to an end, and with the victory of the Islamic Revolution led by late Imam Khomeini, the tyrannical imperial regime of Pahlavi was overthrown. Following the victory of the Islamic Revolution, fundamental changes took place in Iran, and the Iranian people voted for the Islamic Republic of Iran in a general referendum with more than 98% of the vote. In the last 4 decades, the people and government of the Islamic Republic of Iran had made great progress in various political, economic, social, and cultural fields. Also, during the last 40 years, heavy pressures and many obstacles, including Saddam's imposed war, sanctions, and economic terrorism, have been imposed on the Iranian people by adversaries in order to disappoint them with their choice. But despite of all these pressures, the Islamic Revolution of Iran continued on its way to achieve its goals and aspirations. The Islamic Republic of Iran has always been committed to peace, stability, and security in the region and the world, and has paid a high price for this purpose. The brutal and inhuman assassination of Shahid Sardar Soleimani as a hero in the fight against ISIS is one of the heavy costs that the Islamic Republic of Iran has paid to establish stability and security in the region. Iran has always proven to be committed to its obligation under the international and bilateral agreements. The Islamic Republic of Iran is committed to the international law and respect the sovereignty and independence of other countries. Non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries is a principle of our foreign policy. At the same time, Iran will never tolerate any threat or interference in its internal affairs from the side of any powers. Finally, as the ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iran in Athens, I would like to acknowledge once again the history of very good and long relation and historical commonalities between Iran and Greece, and emphasize the need for continuation and expansion of this friendly relation between the two countries. During the past several decades and even centuries, Greece has had very good relations with Iran, and there has been literally no tension and difference between our two countries. Iran and Greece can continue to have good and positive relations despite the obstacles and problems created by specific ruling powers. Thank you very much. Have a nice time.